Sorry, right away, started coughing. Hey guys, welcome to the late night Thursday live. Trying to get everything situated here, so just bear with me. Running a little late on being ready. My husband left later than usual to go to work. Thank you. Go ahead and turn off that light for me. Sorry, my son was bringing me in water. So, just trying to get everything set up here. And I decided to have this live tonight because I have a few people that ask me when I'm going to go live, and these are people that are late night people like me, or they're in another part of the country or part of the world that this is a good time zone for them, or a good time, I should say, for them to watch my live. And others want the daytime. So I'll probably be doing 2 lives a week, one during the day for the US subscribers and one at night. One during the day for US subscribers and one at night like this for other time zones, geometric time zones and such. So just like I said, running late here, trying to get set up. Oh, just bear with me here while I try to do this. I can't find the charger for my tablet, and I need to get my tablet on, so if anybody comes in, I'll be able to see comments. So how's everyone doing? If you're watching this on the replay, what are you up to? Are you up at, well, it's 11:15 p.m. Pacific time, so what are you doing on your world? Are you sleeping, or are you diamond painting, crocheting? What are you up to? I recorded a video earlier, and hey, Odd, why am I not seeing you in the comments on StreamYard? Oh, there you are. It's really slow popping up on the StreamYard. You showed up on my tablet. You're just crazing YouTube. Excuse me. Pardon the cough and the clearing of the throat. I've got a cold. So I'm trying to be hydrated here to prevent all this coughing, and clearing the throat, but it's not working. So, but how are you doing through all of this? Are you keeping your sanity, or is it starting to slip with everything that's going on? I know I don't know. I'm doing okay with being in the house because this is what I enjoy doing anyway. I don't like, being out and about, but just knowing why I'm confined to the house is, I think, what bothers me more than anything. That's the hardest part. Other than this head, and see, I don't even know for sure if this is like an actual cold. I mean, I have no fever. I have no sore throat. I just you know, and I have problems with breathing. My breathing is perfectly fine, no fever, no aches and pains, no nothing. It's just sneezing and coughing. So, and the coughing, I think more or less comes because I think it's just like a sinus issue. So I have the drainage, which of course then makes me cough. But yeah, mentally, definitely strained. And I think that's what it is too, is allergies. And we don't eat out a lot either. Which as I was saying, when I seen you pop on, I recorded a video earlier and explained a lot of, these things, but the chance to get it processed and uploaded because my husband needed me to take care of things for him, and my internet was being goofy because it was really windy. So I was afraid that it would be in the process, it would still be processing or uploading when I went to go live. So it's going, that whip and chat from earlier, after this processes and goes up tonight, then that'll go. But yeah, it's just, I have plenty of things to do at home to keep me busy. So that's not an issue for me. It's just, if things keep going at the rate they're going, I'm going to run out of diamond paintings. That's for sure. I mean, I have a lot, but a lot of them are, they're smaller ones. So my big ones will be gone in no time. And I'm trying to behave on buying because, well, right now my husband's working, but there were, some guys, they're taking their temperatures at the gate before he goes onto the job site, right at the security gate, at the guard gate or whatever. They are taking temperatures. If they have a temperature, they are sent home. So we had, that I know of, there was 2 or 3 guys that have been sent home from his job, or from the job that he's on. How many they're going to actually send home before they just close the job down. So until I know what's going on with his work, I'm trying to keep my buying down. Diamond Art Club is not helping with that at all. With the 3 of the releases that are taking place this weekend, that didn't help at all. I've seen 2 of them, and I want both of those. And I know there's a 3rd one that's being released because, well, I just happened to post and ask if it would ever be turned into a diamond painting, and they told me, yeah, it's being released this weekend. So yeah, that does not help, knowing that. Well, yeah, and see, I won't, I mean, when I say I'm in trouble if I run out of diamond paintings, I'm gonna have to, if this, which I'm really not worried. I mean, honestly, I say that in more or less in a joking sense, as far as running out, because I have enough diamond paintings to keep me busy the rest of this year. So I'm good for the rest of this year. But if it extends past that, yeah, we're in trouble. But yarn, odd. I have a couple thousand skeins of yarn. So not that they're all, obviously, colors might not all work together, but I could eventually just make a bunch of odd mixture of colors and make blankets. Yeah, I'd be good with that. I have over 3,000 books on my tablet, so I can read, and I've got coloring books and all that. So Yeah, that Chuck Benson art, it's getting it. When I seen that Chuck Benson painting tease that they gave us, I knew I was in trouble. Anastasia is actually being released this weekend. I haven't seen the like little tease of it yet, but that's the one that I asked them if it was becoming a diamond painting, and they said yeah. So I'm anxious to see what their version looks like. I need that in my life because my granddaughter's name is Anastasia. So I need that to make for her. She will be 4 at the end of this month, and I would like to have that to give her for Christmas. So, yeah, that's a definite one. I like the Call of the Wild, or is it Into the Wild or Call of the Wild, that Mrs. Coffee showed the tease of on her page. And then I have to have the Chuck Benson. So hang on one second. I'm just letting somebody know that I'm live. Okay. So, yeah, there's that. Excuse me. Just waiting for my. There she is. I just messaged you, Brittany. Yes, Anastasia by Mandy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I gotta have it. Hey, Brittany. Okay. Yeah, I just realized that I sent the message, or I typed the message, but somehow I missed hitting send. So I don't know. I don't know. But Chuck and Mandy this weekend. Yeah, I'm supposed to save any money when they keep putting giving us these diamond paintings. I had my rewards saved, but I spent them on the one with Kristoff and Find Love in a Frozen Place. Yeah, I spent it on that and on that cabin, the one with the cabin by that new something Davidson. Yeah, I blew my $100 rewards on those. And then I had a $50 reward that I forget what I blew that on. Then I had down to 25. I had my $25 reward. I spent that, but then I ended up getting another $25 reward. See, I'm all over the place with the rewards. I know, Brittany. That's what I said. There's 3 of them right now that I want. 2 of them I have to have, though. I have to have the Chuck Benson, and I have to have the Mandy. Yeah, I seen your Color Street post, Odd. I seen that picture. You have the $25 hand. See, and I have $25 off too. And I said, trying to wait for not a lot. I'm gonna move the camera so you can see better. I had to move the camera. It's only just that little bit. It's not as much. I mean, it's not a lot. At least I don't think it's a lot, but it might be. Hey, Jeremy. How are you doing? I'm glad you're in here because I've been hoping that you would show up so I could make you a moderator because I know you won't take any guff from anybody that comes in. Did you not? Okay, there it is. What are you up to tonight? Jeremy, are you guys locked down at the paper, or are you guys still running since it's just you and your boss there? There's not, I know you don't have a lot of employees. Are you going to be up at 9 o'clock Saturday waiting for that release on Call of the Wild, Jeremy? As soon as I seen that, and I seen Mrs. Coffee had already commented, but I totally seen that was right up your alley there. Between the eagle and the wolf, yeah. Yep, everybody's blue. Yeah, because that's right now, all my moderators are here, no one else. How's Trapper Do and Mary Jane doing? They're lucky to be where they're at. If Trapper had to live in the city like I am, or if you had lived in the city and Trapper had to walk the streets like are here, it would be bad. Just can't take them to the park or anything. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Just been busy around here doing housework and trying to organize things. Is it called spirits? Maybe I am wrong. Well, and which, oh, hold on a second. My husband's calling. Just 1 second. Hello? Steven, go in there, tell them just a minute. I gotta look for something for your dad, so just talk to him for a minute. I don't want nobody leaving.
Hello, this is her son. She's gonna be a few minutes. She needs to look for something. So how is everyone doing? Alright. Alright, Brittany. I'm doing pretty good. I am doing pretty good. Don't know how long she's gonna be, but it shouldn't take very long. Alright, she's coming.
I am so sorry. Excuse me. My husband left to go to work. Excuse me. And he has his personal phone and his work phone. He gets to work and he can't find his work phone. So he oh, Odd said bye. Steven. He's already disappeared. Shoo, sorry, short of breath from running up the steps. But yeah, he couldn't find his work phone anywhere. Here, he left it here at home. So at least we know where it's at. But anyway, sorry. Ooh, now I'm hot. Oh, I will, Brittany. Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna take the dog for a walk, and he just, I mean, we have a 2-story home. Hi, Numbum. We have a 2-story home, and he was already down the steps before he finished his sentence. Okay, so now I can get back what I was doing here. So yeah, my husband's anxiety was in overdrive, not being able to find his phone, because that's what he doesn't use his work phone for anything other than keeping track of his hours, because everybody calls him on his personal phone anyway. So he just has that basically to keep his hours accounted for. But since he's working this shift that he works midnight to noon, he will sit and watch. Okay, put it this way. Okay. I am working on One Worth Melting, Diamond Art Club. But my husband's got right now, during this pandemic, my husband's got a very cushy job. He builds elevators. He builds them and installs them. That's what he actually does. But with this going on, he is just running the elevator because it is not operable for the public yet, because the building is still being put up. So other trades aren't even able to run it yet. So that's what my husband's doing from 12 midnight to noon. Is he sits there in this, it's a freight elevator. It's a 23-foot by 15-foot elevator. There's hardly any walls up around it yet. I mean, you can still see all the way down to the pit of the elevator. But he just, when somebody needs to go, one of the other trades needs to go to a floor, they tell him what floor he needs to go to, and he presses the button and he sends them to that floor. Well, thing is from noon to midnight, or midnight to noon, excuse me, there is nobody there. He is the only person on the job other than the security guard, because nobody's working. All the other shifts, they leave at 11 o'clock. But this is a job that has to be manned 24/7 for whatever reason the county is requiring that someone is on that job site 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So from midnight until 5 a.m., he sleeps. He made himself a makeshift little bed on the floor, and he sleeps from midnight till 5 a.m. At 5 a.m., people start showing up, and then he just waits for them to call him on the two-way radio, telling him what floor they're at. He goes to that floor, puts them on, they load up the elevator, they tell him where they need to go, and he takes them to that floor. And he does that from 5 a.m. to noon. So he's enjoying this a lot right now. You're getting, are you ready to start? Are you done with Betsy Lynn then, Brittany? Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, well, when I was a nurse's aide and I worked the night shift, and I had that same feeling, Brittany. I literally felt like all I did was work and sleep, because by the time I got off work, if I was, I worked in a hospital, but also I did home care. And when I was in California, I worked for a company that was a was a traveler. So I could go anywhere from, I lived along the Central Coast. So I could go 2 hours, anywhere from 2 to 4 hours south that they could send me. And when I worked, if I went anything farther than 2 hours, they were 16-hour shifts, and I was there for 4 days, because I would work 16 hours on, 12 hours off, and it was a contracted 4 days. So yeah, I'd get off work, I'd get back, I'd stop and grab something to eat, I'd take it back to the hotel room with me, I would jump in the shower, I would get out, I would eat, and I would fall asleep, and I would sleep my entire, like, the 12 hours that I was off, I slept 10 of them. And then I got up and went back in and worked another 16-hour shift. I don't miss those days. You're working on one of the TSA paintings, right, Jeremy? I didn't make your live the other night because I was coughing, and I was so sick Saturday night that I mean, I didn't feel bad as much as I just coughed and sneezed and coughed and sneezed, and I just could take it. So I don't think I was on YouTube at all Saturday night. So, but I know you're working on one of those, the ladies, like silhouette painting, right? And I talked to Rachel. She messaged me the other day, let me know that my that's the one that's Call of the Wild. Okay, I knew I seen something about Call of the Wild. That's the one that I seen. I seen that post on Facebook. Okay. But yeah, Rachel said that my custom is in production. So I don't know how long it'll be in production, but I'm overly anxious to get this, because I have no clue of what it is. I gave her a blank canvas and I said, make me something. And she did. I have no idea. I'll see it when it comes. So I'm overly joyed over that one. I just cannot wait it'll be my first TSA. And I don't know what it is. Oh, I know she won't. I have all the faith in the world in her, Jeremy. After seeing the work that she's done for you and for Sherry, I know she's going to hit it out of the ballpark. I know she is. I have no doubt about it. The bad thing is it's going to make me want to buy all the TSAs, and I can't buy all the Diamond Art Clubs. How in the hell am I going to buy all the TSAs? Yeah. It's going to be a rough life when it comes to trying to refrain buying paintings. Jeremy would, well, I think Odd's done a TSA, but Jeremy would be the person to answer that question because he's done several of them and he's an affiliate. Jeremy, if you want, you are more than welcome to put any of your information in here. So if Brittany wants to take a look at something, she can. Yeah, it'll be, I mean, I'll know what it is once I get it because it's, the thumbnail is on it, but I just don't know what she decided to do. When I reached out to her, because me and Amber, Ash Inc. 93, we are going to do a TSA collab. And when I reached out to Rachel, I asked her if she could make, because at the time it was back in December when I talked to Rachel about it, and she said she had several customs that she was going to have to get done for Christmas, but she would take, we'd sit down, we would discuss what I wanted, and then once she got through Christmas, then she'd go ahead and start on it. So we decided on going to be it was going to be like an outside winter scene. It was going to have, the little animals and snow and all that stuff. That was the initial plan. Well, then Christmas, she finally got caught at Christmas, and then the fires in Australia started. So that set her back. And she has been so apologetic. It's not even funny. She has such unbelievable customer service, and even I can't even give her the she deserves, because there's no such thing as customer service to the degree that she's given. I'm not familiar with that. But she's constantly keeping in touch with me, and if it's a few weeks, then she apologizes because it's been a few weeks. And she's apologized, because of the fires, because just when those got taken, when the fires stopped, then the stuff in China started. And now that China's open and going, now it's her production company is just trying to get caught up. But, halfway through this whole process, though, because it's now spring, she was concerned and said, well, why don't we change this up? Because by the time you get it, it's going to be spring. She said, so why don't we do a winter to spring transition? So that's what we're going to do. Well, she went ahead, she changed it up, and we'll have the winter to spring transition. She said that she absolutely loves the work. It turned out beautiful, and she hopes that I like it. And like I said, there's no doubt in my mind about that. I know I'm going to be in love with this thing. From the understanding I have, it will be available for a period of time to purchase. So when it does go up, or when I do get it and such, if anybody likes it, it will be available to be purchased for a certain amount of time. Is that what it was? Okay. So I know by the time it's done and it ships, it's probably not going to take that long. The shipping time, I don't see taking as long as just trying to get it done because of everything that's going on. Yeah, I know. Odd. The painting that what's his name? Anthony Cristo? Is that what his name? The one that she's going to open, I have a feeling is the one that I want, because Anthony Christos, when they put his art book, the book of all of his paintings, when she put that on the Facebook webpage, I was flipping through looking at, and I seen a painting, and I messaged her and asked her if it was going to be converted to a diamond painting. And she said, yes, it's being released when she releases his next set of paintings. I have a feeling that's the one that Sherry has. And I need to go to Alberta, if that's where she's at right now, and steal it because I want that painting more than probably any painting that I've seen to date. It's the Halloween, it's a haunted house painting, if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't talked to her. I'm guessing because she made the comment. What was that? Steven, what was that? Oh, he's into something. Sorry. I seen something about a haunted house, and that means that that's got to be what it is. And I want that painting so badly. What are the PBNs? Now, I'm going to tell you, and this one that she's doing for me, it's a big one. It's 60 by 100. So, yeah, it's going to be big. Oh, paint by number. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. The abbreviation. It didn't click. Yeah, I don't have the patience for paint by number because I don't have a steady hand. That's what's so nice about diamond painting, because, well, I can replace, or, if I lay it crooked, I can straighten it. If it's too bad, I can remove it and put it back. But it's a bit hard to take the paint off of a canvas once you put it on there. And my OCD would not allow me to be out of the lines. So, yeah, I think they're beautiful to look at. I just don't have the patience to do one myself. Hang on, I'm turning the fan on. It's hot in my house. So, and I got more super sticky patty wax today. I'm stoked. Yeah, pretty excited about this. My lighting's really bad, isn't it, guys? Yeah, this guy. Let me see if I use this light. This might be better. Yeah, I have found that I'm obsessed with this stuff. There we go. I love this sticker. This is the coolest sticker. I love it. It's cute. So now I have 2 of the patty wax. So what is everybody working on, or what's everybody doing right now? If I seem a little amped up, I've had an entire pot of coffee in the past 4 hours. So this last cup of coffee I'm drinking right now, it has Bailey's in it. So I'm hoping that that'll kind of mellow me out a little bit. What's your fox, Jeremy? Is it a diamond painting, or is that a paint by number? You're probably right. Ellie, it probably would, a lot of paintings probably would look, the clarity would be much better in a paint by number. Oh, you thought she was a dessert? And I'm sure the bag didn't help. Let me see if it looks better if I take it out of the bag. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about my nails. This is gonna be a rough one. I'm gonna have horrible looking nails before long because, well, I can't get my nails done and my hands are drying out. So if it gets too bad, you'll be seeing me diamond painting in gloves because I'm not gonna want my hands in view of the cam. I mean, at least I can take my dog to the vet and he can get a pedicure or, get his nails cut. I can't. This is all acrylic on my nails. I mean, they are my own nails, but I have the acrylic overlay because I have very weak, brittle nails. And I'm not that all girly girl where I have to have my nails done, but I do get them done simply because since they are so weak and brittle, they break and tear back way back and it hurts. So I have the acrylic put on just to prevent that. And right now my nails are way longer than I normally have them. Kitsun. Has that one been released, Jeremy? Because I was on the website earlier and I didn't see that, but then I wasn't looking for it either. So I may just not have realized that that's what that was. Or is that the one that Sherry got? Oh, I don't go as often as I should, Brittany. My nail tech says, I'll see you in 2 weeks. I said, you'll see me in 4 or 5. I'm not, like I said, the only reason I have them done is just so I don't have pain and bleeding when a nail breaks clear back into the nail bed. I mean, they'll literally tear back way into the quick. So, and I had them done. I'm trying to remember when I had them done. It hasn't been that long ago, but it's past the time to where they should have done, and it's going to be a whole lot farther past because the governor made sure that all of the nail salons are now closed. They were operating. There were some of the salons that were actually operating and they got nailed. So they're not going to be doing it now. Okay, hold on a second here. I'm going to check on my phone. I'm going to click on it through because I don't want to mess up my live. Every time I click on something, I mess something up. All right, so. Oh, why did it take me to that? All right, hang on here. Oh, yeah, I seen that one. Kitsun by yeah, that's a beautiful. Now, did you get it as a 7D, Jeremy? Or did you go larger? And I know you got square. There's no, I know you got the square. All right, and Brittany, did you send me something too? Our nail polish isn't too far off, but what's really funny, We both have glitter on our ring finger. Yeah, because if you look and see, yeah, they look really, really bad. You're more purple, I'm more mauve. Oh, Kitsune. Kitsune. Okay. Now, has it already been sent, Jeremy? Because, all right, so like right now, you've got your Crafty Mint one that you had to put aside because that was about to drive you nuts, right? Did you contact them about that? Is there anything that can be done, or has it been too long now? I can't wait to see you do Trapper, your custom Trapper. That one's going to be nice. And then you still have your fish painting. Did you get all your drills for that you needed? Finally, the colors, or are you still needing something for that? That was a Tinamy, wasn't it? And anybody who didn't see this the other day, I'm going to show you now. This is going in my giveaway, which I will probably be now, if all goes well, I'll be announcing about the giveaway in greater detail later, probably next week. You've never done around TSA? Okay. Yeah, and see, that's it. My back to what I was saying too. So me and Amber are going to do this collab together. The difference between hers and mine is mine's going to be square and hers is going to be round. And the picture is going to be a little different. It's going to be along the same lines, but she did change it up a little, so there'll be you'll be able to see more of a difference. And because it's going to be, one's going to be round, one's going to be square, she said that she needed to change it up a little so it would work together. So we'll be able to see what this picture would look like in both round and square. But this was from Rachel Ray, kind enough to donate this to my giveaway. So it is just the red stylus pen, single placer. So this will be added into my giveaway, along with a couple things. I'm trying to decide. I want to get a diamond painting, and I really don't know what to get. I'm kind of torn on that. But I'm hoping to have a diamond painting in there. If not a diamond painting, a possible the gift card version through Diamond Art Club. I would just have them issue it. You got all of the stylus pens. I'm going to buy one. After all this is over with, I've got to buy one of the stylus pens off of her, because I've seen that. I mean, I had seen them, but I didn't have one. And after seeing them, I want to try it so bad, but I won't, because that's for the giveaway. I don't want to give somebody something that's been used, but man, I want to play with it. I'm getting this obsession now with diamond painting pens, and I swore I was not going to do that. I got enough obsessions with things. But now I'm getting obsessed with diamond paintings and with diamond painting pens. And I'm starting to go on the obsession train with cover reminders. All the things that I said that I wasn't going to do, I'm doing. And every one of you are enablers. You all have enabled me. Take care, Bum. Thanks for stopping in. Have a great afternoon. Yeah, you guys have all caused all kinds of addictions. And my husband says something, I blame you guys because he can't say anything to you guys, so he doesn't know. You guys don't have to hear it. I have a bunch of cover minders that I plan on making this weekend if my magnets come in. Yeah, I know. I after I said that, I thought about it, but I didn't want to retract it. Nobody would notice it. Odd. But I'm going to show you my cover minders that I'm going to make. Yeah, I've got a bunch of little odds and end things here that came in. I don't know. I don't even remember ordering these, but I did, and I got a lot of them. I've got lots of unicorns, like a whole bag of them. These here will be converted to cover minders. So I got it. Let's see here. This one. And then they've got it in blue. Yeah, I'm finding that out with the, let's see, I started out with trying to make my own pens, Jeremy. And I failed miserably. My pens I bought all the polymer clay, and I followed your video. I did everything that you did. And I think what I think happened is I think somebody turned up the dial on my toaster oven, because I bought a special toaster oven specifically for it, and it burned. So then I tried sanding it, and it didn't work. And I was like, okay, that's just too much work. Never mind. So my mom bought me 2 pens as a gift, which this is the first acrylic pen that I got. It's a teal and pearl. It's like got the pearliness to it. I don't know if you can see the white. Yeah, you can see a little bit of like the pearl in it, the pearlescence. She bought me this one, and then she bought me another one that looks just like it. Those are from Jim's Handmade Pens. And then I didn't have any pens until I bought until I got the free gift Diamond Art Club one, and then I bought another one, and then I bought 2 more. And I had a subscriber that just reached out to me and wants to bought me a pen. So yeah, now I'm becoming obsessed with pens. And yes, Brittany, I am planning on making them and selling them. And so unicorn in an ice cream cone. What else do we have here? There's this one. So I'm not going to show them all to you, but I have an entire bag of unicorns. Yeah. All the unicorns. So these will eventually be made. I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. I don't know if I want to do an Etsy or if I want to do like Facebook Market or what. I have to get a PayPal account set up. I got to do all those things. But then I also have these ones. And this one, I have a feeling I know who's, I'm going to send this one to somebody as a gift. But I don't want to say the name in case they watch this on the replay. So, but by showing it's going to be obvious. This here will be a cover minder. And I got sunglasses. Let's see what else here. I got a glittery heart. I'm not quite sure what this is. I'm a little concerned with this. Oh, I think I think this is supposed to be like a chocolate chip cookie because it looks like it's, you know, got chocolate chips throughout it. I think that's what it is. God, I hope so. I got crowns. These will, let's see here. I've got a ladybug. Yeah, so these are all going to be cover minders here. Eventually, look at, is that not the cutest thing? Oh. Jeremy, you need these for all your treats, your snacks and stuff that you eat on your Saturday Night Lives. Excuse me. Yeah, what's this here? Yeah, cookies. It says cookies on it. Now, you know what? Let me see here. I don't think I have an Oreo. I have a donut, or is it a cake? Is this like a little cake or a donut? Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't even know there was food in this until just now. Oh, what's this? A snail. Yeah, this is the first time I've taken a look at these, so I'm glad that I'm showing these because I didn't know what they, or didn't know what all was in it. I just ordered them and they showed up and I just threw them in my drawer. Let's see. I don't even know what that is. There's a bow and candy. I don't know how this one will be able to be made into a cover minder, but I'd like to try and figure out a way to do it. I'm going to need a really small magnet, I think. I don't know. A bunny. Yeah, that's cute. I thought I had more. There was one particular one that I thought I had, and I can't find it. I don't know where it's at now. But yeah, so these, once I get these cover minders made, these will be thrown in the giveaway too. Oh, come on. I'm dropping everything everywhere. So it's not going to be a big giveaway for my 200 subscribers. I'm going to save my bigger one for my 500. But I just wanted to be able to have a little bit of something to thank, my subscribers for sitting here listening to me, because that can't be the easiest thing sometimes. But, oh, here it is. This is one that I want to have made into a cover minder. I don't know how well you can see it. My light sucks. Bring it a little closer. There we go. Yeah. I think this would be a cute cover minder. And, oh, too far back. The dog. I don't know what's wrong with my lighting tonight. There we go. That one will be a cover minder. Yeah, 9 away. So I said it's coming on a gargoyle. Are you kidding me right now? Why are you not wanting to show up? What's going on with this camera? There we go. Yes, I've got a gargoyle. And the one, I'm still trying to find the one particular one. Oh, yeah. I got a cat. You'll have to let me know, Brittany, which ones it is that you love. Another dog. Let's see here. If somebody can give me any ideas of how to make, if I can get this off of here, it's stuck. There we go. I'd love to make this one into a cover minder too, but again, with the size of the magnets, I'm going to need, something that's sturdy, but that's still small enough that I can not have a big old magnet exposed. I mean, I've got a lot of different ones to make cover minders with. It's just getting the right size magnet. That's the biggest part. Let's see here. There was one I'm still looking for. I can't find it. Let's see. Well, I've got small magnets. The thing is, some of them are, I think, too small. Yeah, I got Mike the camel, or whatever that camel's name is. Yeah, Mike the commercial from, was it Geico or one of those? The hump day commercial for insurance. This is a bat. It's hard to see, but it's a bat. And it sparkles. It's a sparkly bat. Where is the one I'm looking for? I don't want to have to dump this out, but if I find it, I'll show it on another video because it's adorable. I have lots of cats. I have a lot of cat ones that I can do. This reminds me of Sarah. Anybody who has kids that watched Land Before Time, this reminds me of Sarah. Oh, come on, focus. So one weekend, I will be sitting down and I will be making cover minders like crazy. I just don't know when it'll be because I have to give up diamond painting for that time period to make them. And it's like with anything else that I plan on doing, I end up diamond painting instead. Like tonight, I was supposed to read. I haven't read yet. No, because, well, I had to take care of my family. And then I had a request to do a live. So, therefore, I didn't read. Yeah, I got no reading done. But now you guys have seen a few things that a few of my cover minders that will eventually be cover minders. And if you guys have any ideas of something, something else that I could put towards a giveaway, I don't know if I should do like little treats or if that's kind of done to death. With it being Easter, wasn't sure if I should throw in candy or something, I don't even know. Since it is my first giveaway, I really don't know which direction to go with it. I thought about maybe since pretty much everybody that I see come in these lives or or on Mrs. Coffee's page or Sherry's page, Jeremy's as well, they're multi-crafters. They color, they diamond paint, they cross stitch, a lot of beading. So I almost think that I could do a combination of things and might, it might work. Or I don't know if I should just stick with diamond painting, diamond painting related items. Any ideas there? Because I'm open to suggestions. No, I've already decided that I am going to I'm going to do what I'm going to do is I'm going to film or record me doing the drawing And then I will reach out to, hopefully I'll be able to contact it. Hopefully the winner is somebody that comments, if you look through my video, sorry I bumped you. If you look through my videos, there's very little commenting that gets done. The comments that are posted, these are people that I know in the community, or if it's somebody that I don't talk to necessarily, I have enough people that I know talk to these people, so I can always have somebody else reach out to them if need be, to let them know to contact me. So I'm certain that the winner is the actual winner and not somebody trying to pose as the winner. By the time the video goes up, the winner will already be contacted. It will be confirmed, and they'll probably already have it if it's not on its way. I'm going to ensure that that's the way that happens. Well, I'm also trying to do, Brittany, possibly like a grand prize and then a mini prize, because I wanted to do a giveaway at 100, being my, that being the first milestone. But all this craziness started, and there wasn't a lot. I wasn't doing a whole lot there for a while. So then I thought, no, I'll just wait and do the 200, since, at that point I was already at like 100, and I was at 155 at that point. And I thought, well, geez, I might as well just go ahead and wait and do the 200. So I might go ahead and do like, one bigger prize and then like a runner-up type prize. And say a prize of mixed goodies sounds fun to me. Maybe if you just make a stockpile of giveaway gifts, then depending on who wins, you can make it a bit. Yeah, and that's an option there to do that too. I'm trying to keep the prizes of interest to an array of people, not, just like I said, just diamond painting, because the majority, I think anybody who watches my channel is a diamond, primarily does diamond painting for the most part. I don't think I have somebody that watches my videos that doesn't diamond paint. It would kind of almost be pointless, because I can tell you, before I started diamond painting, I didn't watch diamond painting videos. I can't find my other can of, oh, there it is. But then I didn't even realize there was videos about diamond painting. When I found out about diamond painting, I was surfing Facebook and happened to see an ad for Paint with Diamonds. And I knew that there was a video for everything on YouTube. But I actually Googled, put in Facebook search diamond paintings, and everything came up. So I clicked on Mrs. Coffee's page. That was how I actually first really completely got introduced into diamond painting. Is I clicked on her page, seen people posting pictures of diamond paintings. Then there's a knitter that does Facebook. Does Facebook. Well, he does Facebook. He's not on Facebook. He does YouTube videos. Smells Like Yarn is his name. So I was watching one of his videos, and he brought up something about diamond painting. So now it piqued my interest even more. So I went back onto Mrs. Coffee's Facebook page, and I seen where Stitcherista had posted something. And I watched one of her videos, And that's how I found out about Mrs. Coffee having a YouTube page. So it was a combination of all these people, and I just finally started watching videos and decided, all right, I want to check this out. So I went to Michael's and painting, and I bought my first painting was Starry Nights from Diamond Dots. And then after that, it was what did I get after that? Oh, I ordered off of Amazon. And then from Amazon, it was AliExpress. And I got my first Diamond Art Club in May of last year. I started diamond painting at the end of January, beginning of February. And I bought my first Diamond Art Club in May. Yep. It was a combination of Jeremy and I forget who else it was that convinced me to buy a Diamond Art Club. So I did, and I haven't looked back since. Grace got you. There's always somebody. And for you, Brittany, what you said was Mrs. Coffee that got you. It's like a chain reaction. And then I wondered where this had been all my life. I'm like, I mean, I had heard about it before. I mean, I heard of diamond painting, but I mean, we're talking like a year or so ago, year and a half ago. Well, I mean, year and a half before I started doing, before I come across it on Facebook. I heard about people laying these little things down on what I thought was like cardboard. That's the understanding I had of it. So it did totally remind me of like mosaic with the little teeny tiles, and I was like, oh no. That will never be me. And then I was concerned with, how steady of a hand that you had to have for this. If it was going to be hard on my wrist, because I have carpal tunnel. It's not real bad, but, it's going to be something that I'm sure in a matter of time I'll have to have something done about it. But I had all those questions, and I think the thing that I have the biggest problem with is my daughter calls it FAS. Diamond painting has caused me FAS. Anybody want to guess what FAS is? Yeah, like Mrs. Coffee says, it'll be 10 cool points to the person that can tell me what FAS is. I saw the Paint with Diamonds ad on Facebook and bought one. Then I found Mrs. Coffee on YouTube and watched her diamond painting and tried to paint with diamonds, and I was worried it was going to be crappy. It wasn't, though. It was a great painting, but I believe I just got lucky with that one. Yeah, and see, because I had read the reviews on some of those, and I was afraid, and I looked at some of the prices too, and I'm a firm believer, if it's real cheap, you're going to get what you pay for. If it's real expensive, then probably it's just going to be something where can I really see myself spending, say, $95, $80, $95 on a painting? Well, now, yeah. I can totally see me doing it. Will I do it? No. No, I'll never do that. I can promise you, I will never do that. Especially if it's something monstrous, because I only have so much space on my walls. And I've got 150 by 50 painting that I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to frame and where I'm going to put it. So, these great big paintings, I'm going to have to try and cut back on a little bit, but I'm addicted to the big paintings because it's something that challenges me, and I need that challenge. I can easily get bored with something. But if I find something massive to work on, then I force myself to do it. A couple Christmases ago, I challenged myself to making queen size Afghans for my grandchildren and for my nieces and nephew and son for Christmas. I started in October 1st, and by the middle, by my son's birthday, December 17th, I had 3 made for my grandchildren, 3 queen size Afghans made for my grandchildren, my 3 nieces, excuse me, my nephew and my son, all between October 1st and December 17th. I didn't sleep during that time. I was crocheting about 15 or so hours a day to get all of those done. And I haven't made another blanket since. No, I'm sorry. I'm lying. I made a lap throw for my son last year. Yeah. So, I have to challenge myself to do the big things. It helps keep me centered and give me something to look forward to. So, anyhow. So I'm working on this here. It, like I said, is the one worth melting. This is for, help me with Brittany. Who's doing this one? This Mandy DP along thing. Anxiety Art Adventures. Yeah, I couldn't think of it when I was saying it in my recording either. My whip and chat that I recorded earlier, I couldn't remember who started that yesterday. So yeah, I'm doing this one. I'm still working on the Seraphine or Seraphina. It's downstairs on my drafting table. Sorry, that was a bad angle. I had to bring this thing or change the angle of this so don't look like I'm stabbing you with the pen. I'm waiting to hear back from Sherry. She reached out to me the other day and kind of mentioned possibly us starting the Enchanted Forest with everybody being kind of stuck at home. She thought trying to do that might work. Yeah. And I'm changing mine. Ellie, I am doing I'm keeping the color. Everything's going to be the same, except instead of putting the 5200s in the background for the stars, or like what appears to be the stars, I am adding ABs. Well, sparkler, like the sparkler ABs, the diamond dots ones. Go on.
He's sitting here smiling.
Go on. Go with Steven. Sorry, my son grabbed the leash to take my dog out for a walk, and he's just sitting there. He's just sitting there smiling. The dog actually does smile sometimes. Let me see if you can see what I did on here. Let's see here. So I added, I don't know how well this is going to show up here on the phone, or I mean on the camera, but these back here, these here are all the 50, or these are all the diamond dots. These ones, they're, I guess, I don't know if these are just ABs. I think they're just ABs, these particular ones here. But also I got, and I probably didn't bring them up, and no, I didn't, but I have ones that are like sparklers that I ordered off of Amazon. And I don't know if you can see it. I put them in the eyes. So they're almost like the gems. So I'm putting those in I'm changing their eyes up. So yeah, instead of just the white 5200s in the background, it is all going to be an AB in the background for the stars. And I'm thinking I'm going to use the gems for the jewelry too on some of them. So I'm anxious. This is the first one that I've kind of changed myself. I usually follow whatever is on the color list, but I thought I would play with that one and change it up a bit. So I'm working on that. I haven't gotten any farther than I was the other day, though, when you seen it last, Brittany. I'm still, let me see here. I don't even have, I think hopefully this will show up through here. Nope. There we go. So I've got the one gypsy. This white cover, that's gone now. That's completed. So I've got one gypsy completely done, or one fairy. I think they're gypsy fairies, but I've got one of them done. So I'm about a little under halfway done with the painting. And I started that as a babysitting project, that when I would go and babysit, I would take that with me. But I could never really work on it much over there because it wasn't comfortable, and was constantly, having to get up and down and up and down, chasing after the kiddos. So I just had like a bottom. It was probably about a section about, probably about this much. Still not right spot there. Probably about from here. I don't know, maybe a 6x6 section was done before the 2nd of this month, because no, not the 2nd of this month. I think it was the 28th of last month that I finished the Bluebird song. As soon as I finished the Bluebird song, I picked the Seraphina up and went ahead and took it out of the bag that I would travel with to the baby over to the house that I babysat at, and decided I was just going to work on this here. So in the 5 days, I've gotten almost halfway done with it. Having this cold has kind of helped me be able to diamond paint more, because I haven't felt like doing much around the house. But also being in the house, I'm not running to the store for my son or anything, because most of the time I would go to the store was because my son would say, Mom, can we go get this? Or Mom, can we go get that? So we were going out a lot more often than we are right now, that's for sure. Because now when he asks me, I'm like, nope, we can't. We got to stay home. Can't go nowhere. We're stuck here. Oh. And in the DP alongs, they kind of give me a lot more drive too, because if I'm given a timeline, I'm going to get them done during that timeline. That's just kind of the way it is. And you figure Mindy's paint, it started out, the first DP along that I did was Kiss My Crafts and Mindy's Diamond, what is it? It's Mindy Dimple is her name, but on Instagram, but I can't remember. Is it Mindy's Diamond Art? She did the Mandy, or the Hannah, it was the Hannah Lynn diamond painting along, DP along. That was my first DP along, and I got done hours before the deadline. And then when that one was done, then it was the Chuck along, which was my Bluebird song. So I did the Ice Princess for the Hannah Lynn DP along. I did the Bluebird song for the Chuck Pinson. And now I'm doing a Mandy Manzano for the Mandy diamond paint along. So I'm not a leader. Obviously, I'm not a leader. I'm a follower. I couldn't set something up like these guys do and make it work. I'm just better just to follow along with what everybody else is doing. One day I might be able to set something up and get it to work, but not right now, I don't think. I'm afraid if I would, I'd be setting myself up for failure, because I think it would just be too much stress trying to keep track of everybody's names who've entered and making sure their pictures are showcased. And yeah, I'll leave it to the professional people to have these DP alongs, and I'll just do them. Yeah, you are in a tight spot, Brittany. But I'm going to tell you, to be honest with you, be glad that you can only do one at a time. Because if you've seen my paintings that I started from last year that are laying underneath my table here, stacked on top of each other, you would be glad that you can only do one at a time. Because I have so many starts that I still have to finish that it's not even funny. And I'm running out of storage containers because I have so many things kitted out. Because as soon as they came in, I opened it and I had to kit it up. Even though I knew that I couldn't do it right now, I'd kit it up. And then I'd get bored with the one that I was working on, and I'd set it off to the side, and I'd start another one. And then something would happen that I either didn't like the drills or something, and start another one. And now I have a stockpile of starts. I have a whole lot more starts than I have of finishes. So be glad you only have space to do one at a time. Because part of me wishes that I was in that situation and that I didn't have a craft room to store everything in, which is something that I wanted forever, because when I had my condo, it was so small that my yarn was living out of totes. And anytime I needed yarn for a project, I had to tear the totes apart to find the yarn that I wanted. But I knew at that point I couldn't even buy any more yarn because I didn't have anywhere to put it. So we buy this house, I get a craft room, and now I've got all the room to be ridiculous and overdo things. Yeah, well, I swore I wasn't going to start another painting until I slashed my stash. And I wasn't going to buy any more paintings until I slashed my stash. Yeah. Neither of those things happened. I think I've bought I think about 11 paintings this year. And I was on a hard no buy. And every week after buying, when I would break the no buy, I would put myself back on a no buy. And then Diamond Art Club would release a Chuck Pinson. And I break my no buys every time there's a Chuck Pinson that's released. I did not buy anything this past weekend, even though I wanted the Venice picture. I wanted that so bad, but I did not break my no buy because I know every other week they're releasing a Chuck Pinson. So I knew if I bought that Venice, I wouldn't have been able to buy the Chuck that I'm hoping to buy this weekend. And my goal is to have every one of his paintings that is done by Diamond Art Club. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of them once I get them. He's going to have his own gallery in my house, but my goal is to own all Diamond Art Club's Chuck Pinson paintings. Yeah, like I said, I seen your Color Street. I was looking at your post or your Facebook post earlier. Or did you post that on Facebook or was that Instagram that I seen that? Now I can't remember. I think it was Instagram that I seen that. I've thought about doing the Color Street, but I don't need another thing to be buying. I really don't. That's the last thing that I need to do is have one more thing. Plus, I go and have my nails done. I don't have. I mean, yeah, I could still go and get my nails filled and just not have them polished. But I'm hard on my hands with cleaning and stuff all the time. I mean, I have 3 bathrooms that I scrub all 3 of them twice a week, completely scrub the bathrooms twice a week. And I'm forever, in the kitchen cooking and all that. I'm hard on my nails. So that's why I have to get the gel polish so I don't chip all the nail polish off. And I plan on doing some gardening this summer, so I know that those Color Street wouldn't last on my nails long. Could you hold on just one quick second? I need to go get me something else to drink. So just 2 seconds. I will be right. I'll be longer than 2 seconds, but it'll just be a minute. So bear with me 1 second. I'll be right back. Steven, put those away. Brush your teeth and get ready for bed. All right, guys, sorry about that. I'm back. Who else still here? I see 4 watching, and I know Brittany's commenting and Ellie's commenting. I don't know if Jeremy's still here or if he's working and lurking or if he went to bed. I'm not sure. Think sometimes I wonder if we don't have ghosters. Thanks, Ellie. Yeah. Or just a lot of times people come in and just sit and watch and don't comment. Has anybody, when they get their samples of the Patty Wax, do they use their samples or do they just smell them? Because that's my strawberry sampler. This here is just, I just sit and sniff it all the time. They're so tiny. And I know if I try to use it, it's probably going to destroy it. But God, I love to sit and smell it. So I've not tried the Patty Wax sampler. And I haven't heard if anyone uses them. I just see that they get them. And that one, it smells so good. It smells like a strawberry daiquiri. It's like it has a strawberry daiquiri / strawberry starburst scent. That's a good idea. That is a really good idea, Ellie. Using it as a little Scentsy for a project bag. And you use them sometimes? Right. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I could throw it in. I have I'm hoping if I could just get myself to sit down and do it. I want to make one of those, oh, I can't remember what it's called now. I gotta look it up. There's this scarf that I want to make. I can't remember what it's called. It is called, it's not the infinity scarf, the Mobius. I want to make a Mobius scarf. Okay, Brittany. And I want to use I'm going to use this. This right here. It's from Hobby Lobby. It's the Toasty Sweet. So it's, these are small little cakes. I could put that in my little project bag that I have and drop my little strawberry bear patty wax in that bag, and it would smell good. So yeah, thank you. Now I know what I'm going to do with that, and it won't damage it any, as far as it won't take the cuteness away from it. So now I have an idea what to do with that. So yeah, that's that's on my list of ever-growing list of projects. And like I said, I still have a book to read. I do listen to audiobooks, but I'm actually reading this book. So I don't want all of my book reading to be done audio. I actually enjoy reading the book, not just listening. So I've got to get this read. I started this, I forget what night when we started this book, but I'm not even through the second chapter yet. The chapters aren't quite that long, I don't think. I mean, let's see, how many pages are in this book? And I keep adding books to my library, and I don't know why I keep adding books, because I'm on page 49 of 363. I've only read 12% of the book, and I can usually read a book. I could read a 400-page book in 3 nights. And now all of a sudden, the book is slow starting out. I mean, it's not bad, but it is slow. And like I was telling Brittany, because we're reading this together. She's my book buddy. And I was telling Brittany earlier, she's like, oh my God, I wish something would happen in this book to engross me. Because I mean, if a book grabs my attention, I can read it cover to cover in, like I said, a matter of a night or two, up to 3 nights. But this book right now, it's just, And the author, I've read several of her books. So it's a good author. It's just this, there's a lot of building in this one, I guess. A lot of building. So I'm hoping once the plot's built up enough, they really roll with the details. And if they don't, I will be very disappointed because she told me to pick the book, and whatever book I picked, she would get. Well, I hope to God I didn't pick a lemon. And if I did pick a lemon, this will be the first of this author that was, because I have, like I said, I've read 2 full series from this author, plus 6 books out of another series. So I've definitely read my share from this author that I know she's good. I'm just hoping that this new series that she has out isn't a flop, because I don't want to waste my time or Brittany's time reading something that isn't any good. Which, I mean, if this one turns out to not be good, then, there's other options. I'm watching, how Stitcherista, I think she said she's on her 20th book this year. I don't know how she can read as fast as she does, because you figure, I mean, she has a job. Stitcherista works a lot of long hours, and she diamond paints, and she colors, and she cross stitches, and she still has a husband and a house to take care of. I don't know where she finds. I think she gets more hours in a day than what I do, because I don't have a job, and I don't cross stitch, and I don't color, and I still don't have enough hours in the day to do what she does. I think she's found more hours in a day. She gets more than 24 hours. I've come to accept the fact that she gets more than 24 hours in a day. Now, see, I'm the opposite. I'm not a romance reader. If there's too much romance in it, I can't read it. And I don't know. Excuse me. A yawn snuck in there. I mean, if there's romance in it, I'm okay with it. If there's some romance, if it's part of the story, it's fine. But to have romance as the genre, I can't. I've tried. I'm more of the thriller, the edge of the seat type book reader. Funny thing is, I don't like movies like that. I don't like to watch a thriller. It gets into my head and then I can't sleep. And I was flipping through the channels the other day on the guide, on online guide, and I seen the title of a movie, and as soon as I seen it, I had to hurry up and scan through it and get away from it, because I was afraid that just seeing that title, it was going to get into my head and I wasn't going to be able to sleep at night. Yeah. Being in my head sometimes can be a very, very scary place. I can easily put my mind into the situation. So, yeah, I can't watch horror movies or suspense thrillers, but I can read a book. And see, that's my thing. I dream, and I'm home at night by myself. It's just me and my son at night. So every noise that I hear, my head, it just, things start getting away from me, to where my ice dropping isn't ice dropping. It's chains rattling. You know, I mean, I said, being in my head can be a scary place at times. So I try to avoid movies like that. I can read the book. You know, I can read a book, a crime, you know, police drama, or a book about crime of some sort, or a mystery, and I'm okay, because it's just words. But it's seeing the movies or seeing something, it's the visual that gets me, I think. So, yeah, and I have a lot of those books. So you can only watch horror or thriller. Yeah, see, my daughter, she's the same way. My daughter loves all the Stephen King. I can't read Stephen King. My daughter reads Stephen King, but she sees all the movies too. She went and seen It. Can't do it. She's seen both the It's. She went and seen Pet Sematary 2. I can't watch any of those. Even as a child, I would sit there and convince my parents into letting me watch it, and then I'd swear it wasn't going to cause nightmares. The next thing you know, I'm in my mom's bed, and she's having a fit, saying, "I told you we shouldn't have let her watch it. I told you we shouldn't have let her watch that. She's not watching any more of those movies. I don't care what she says." And then the next movie would come out, and I would beg, and they'd let me watch it, and it was the same. It was the same routine every time. Not much has changed as an adult. If my mother lived with me and I sat and watched those movies, I'd be in bed with my mother in the middle of the night. I'd be scared. Yeah, and I haven't seen any of those. My ex-husband had the Ring movies, and just hearing the music, you know, the suspense with nope, can't. I think that's probably the thing that gets me the worst. The last scary movie I could say that I watched, and it wasn't even, it wasn't scary as much as it was just creepy. And to me, was Scream, the Scream movies. Those got into my head just a little too much even then, you know, even with just those things, and those are nothing compared to The Grudge and The Ring. And prior to that, the actual real scary movie I seen, and it goes way back, and it was Jeepers Creepers. That one was about it for me. That was when I was the end of my scary movies. Jeepers Creepers scared the living daylights out of me. Yeah, absolutely. Evacuate, next room, phone, headphones. Yeah. Anything to block out the music and the screams. Absolutely. Yeah, I can't do it. Nope. That is beyond anything scary. There's a level of scary, and there's a level of downright fear. And that is what Stephen King is to me. Absolute fear. Yeah. That first scream, oh my God. I think the first one was the worst out of them all. Really, when it comes down to the goriness of it, or that as you're sitting at the edge of the seat and you're ready to jump, that was the worst. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers, that to me, that's the holy grail of scary movies. to me. But then, like I said, I haven't seen The Grudge and The Ring, and I seen the I Know What You Did Last Summer, the first one. Yeah, that was the end of that. I didn't need to see the second one. No. Final Destination. I watched the first Final Destination. I did not need to see the second one. Usually, if I see the first one, I can't handle it. I can't handle the second one. I have both Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. I had to hide them and bury them. I can't watch the old school movies either, like Amityville Horror. No, can't watch it. The Omen. I mean, I don't know how old you are, Ellie, but I know you're younger than I am. So, like, the original, these are like the original movies of the original scary movies of the 80s. The Omen was late 70s, early 80s, I think. But Amityville Horror, that's way back. And that scared the hell out of me. Yeah, Brittany, not me. Not me. Nope, don't do it. You didn't realize that was Drew Barrymore? Wow, okay. Yeah, can't. No, can't do scary movies. Just thinking about it is, I'm getting goosebumps. I don't know if you can't see it, but yeah, I get goosebumps just thinking about it. Even if I do read a book that's suspenseful, like if I read it at night, I have to cleanse my mind and fall asleep listening to I turn my tablet on and put Netflix on or Hulu, and I'll clear my mind falling asleep listening to like The Golden Girls or Designing Women or something that's totally funny and that I don't really focus on. Just something to cleanse the brain before I can fall asleep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, The Conjuring. No. See, yeah. You have your husband there with you, Brittany. I don't. I'm by myself. I'm scared. I'm scared. And my dog, if somebody were to try and scare me, my dog wouldn't do anything. He'd pee on the floor and hide under the bed. I'm on my own because my son, he'd be no help to me either. My son to a degree likes scary movies, but it's just a small degree. He doesn't, I remember with Jeepers Creepers, because it was my ex-husband's and somehow I ended up with the vast majority of our scary movies and didn't know it. He kept seeing, I mean, he was like 5 or 6, and he was always going through our movies trying to find, he liked Young Guns. And he was always looking for Young Guns in our movies. And as he was going through, because he couldn't read or anything, but he kept bringing Jeepers Creepers to me, and because I wanted to watch it. I'm like, you don't want to watch that movie. You're too young. You're not going to watch that movie. But I want to watch it. But I want to watch it. And I mean, this went on forever. And finally, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to let him watch just 2 minutes of it. Just 2 minutes. That's all it takes. 2 minutes. He didn't even have to see anything that was that scary. Just that first 2 minutes in that movie, I let him watch. He never wanted to watch it again. That was it. And that was his first experience with a scary movie. All right, let me see here. I'm catching up. Sleepaway Camp. I've seen scenes that my sister tricked me. She put it in while I was getting something to eat. By the time I sat down and started eating, it was too late. The paranormal scares me more than anything else. I like the paranormal. Yeah, that wasn't nice for your sister to do that. That was just somebody do that to me. That there's a good chance that I'm gonna have a cardiac arrest. I'm gonna spill my food. I'm gonna choke because I'm not expecting it. So I'm gonna put a pizza roll in my mouth, start chewing, and choke on it. And now it's gonna be calling 911 because I can't. I'm aspirating and I can't breathe. Yeah. Yeah. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. If that I don't have a sister, but I'm going to tell you right now, if I did and she did that to me, I wouldn't have a sister for long. That'd be the end of that sisterly relationship. She'd be disowned because I don't play that. I need to know ahead of time. I need to be fair warned and prepared. And then, even then, I'm not good with watching them. My husband, he doesn't like scary movies, so I'm really good with that. My husband, he watches. I mean, he's primarily a sports fanatic. That's if sports are on, that's what he's watching. But when there's no sports, he's scanning through the TV, and he will watch Rocky. I don't care how many times he's seen it. Every time it's on, he has to watch it. He loves Sylvester Stallone movies. And Rocky and Rambo are, of course, his favorite. So we watch it every time he sees that it's on. Same thing with the Die Hard movies. Beverly Hills Cop, Bad Boys. You know, he likes all those action movies, you know, the guy movies. We've been watching a lot of the Fast and the Furious movies when they are on. He'll watch them. But he doesn't, anything mobster. The Godfather. He likes all the mob movies because, well, my husband's originally from New York. Yeah, and the Young Guns, the Western with Charlie Sheen and, or not Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez in it. Yeah, he loves those movies. But oh, and my husband loves like Roadhouse, Patrick Swayze, Roadhouse, Outbreak. Was it Breakpoint? Patrick Swayze. But he loves the monster movies because, like I said, he's originally from New York, and he lived around the corner from John Gotti. So, you know, I mean, he wasn't involved in all that, but he lived in an area that was run by the mob. And because you're from, being from New York, the history of the mob in New York is, unbelievable. So yeah, he likes to watch, Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, all mob related movies. So yeah, when I'm watching movies with him, I don't have to worry about being scared. Because they're not scary. But we also like to watch, one of our favorite movies to watch is Shawshank Redemption. I absolutely love Shawshank. We like to watch a lot of the older movies too. I mean, we both grew up, or well, he was an older teenager than I was, but mid to late 80s, we were both teenagers or young 20s, early 20s. So we kind of like to watch, like, that era movies. We like to watch the well, we love My Cousin Vinny. That's one of our favorite movies. So we'd like to watch a lot of the comedies. We like to watch a lot of the older sitcoms. And I'm catching up again here. You have a baby sister, Brittany? You got a baby sister. She also had her mom on her side, so I got vetoed. You're an adult, she said, and like have adult fears. I'd reply, yeah, just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you don't have fears. Blood sport. I've heard of that. I don't know if I've seen it or not, but I've heard of it. Yeah, that'll get them. That'll watch you get the bejesus scared out of you, and then you can't sleep at night. And when you finally can go to sleep, it's because the sun came up and there's nothing to be afraid of during the day. Yeah, exactly. That's part of the reason that I'm up till 2 and 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning now. It's not because I seen a scary movie or that something particular scared me. It's because I am alone in my house and I don't sleep well when it's just me and my son in the house. So as soon as 3:30, 4 o'clock hits, I know the sun is starting to rise, so I can go ahead and go to sleep then, because bad things don't happen during the day, right? There's nothing scary during the day. It's only at night. Yeah. That's how I look at it. Now, if my husband, and I don't sleep all day, though, that's my problem, because I may go to sleep at 4 in the morning, but I will be up. Excuse me. I'll be up by 9 or 10. I never sleep past 10. If I sleep past 10, that means I am deathly sick. And I'm sleeping because I can't get out of the bed. But 3 weeks ago, I was up till 7:30 in the morning. Or no, I was up till 5:30 in the morning, went to sleep, and slept until 7:30. Yeah, I had a whole hour and a half of sleep. So sleep and me me and sleep have a problem with one another. Biggest part is because I have a hard time getting comfortable. So that affects me a lot, because having back and neck surgery makes sleeping or makes getting comfortable a chore. And generally by the time I get comfortable, then I have to get up and go to the bathroom. So then I have to get back into bed, and I think, okay, if I was comfortable in this position when I had to go to the bathroom, why don't you just go back into that position? No, that doesn't work either. Once I get up and then get back into bed, I have to find a new position to lay opposed to the way I was. So that doesn't work either. I've tried everything to sleep, and nothing works. It's just, sorry, your phone fired. Oh, you mean your phone died? Okay, I was like, your phone fired. Supernaturally speaking, that's true. Oh, yeah, autocorrect. But yeah, I don't know. And the lack of sleep wouldn't have anything to do with my insane amount of coffee that I drink. Oh, God, Steven, my son just scared me. My son just freaking scared me. I thought he was in his room. I did not hear him walk in until he was sliding across the carpet to kiss my dog. Oh, is he okay?
Yeah.
And my son loves to do that. He loves to come up behind me and scare me and then laugh about it, because he thinks it's so funny to watch me have about have a heart attack. My Lord. See, you got to stop doing that.
I didn't mean to.
But you know you do it because when I say something, then you laugh about it. You're laughing.
I'm not laughing at you.
Oh, man. I hate it when you do that to me. Leave the dog alone. When he growls, he's telling you, back off and leave me alone. But you insist on annoying him like you insist on scaring. Are you set? Are you there? Can you hear me? My mic muted. For some reason, my mic muted and I lost connection. That was really weird. Because I looked up and all of a sudden it said, your mic is muted. And said I had lost my connection. Yeah, he is going to give me a heart attack. I swear to God. And then like I said, he laughs. He thinks it's funny. Which I know the way he thinks. I mean, he doesn't think the way that the average person thinks. So I can't completely blame him, but he's my version of a Maggie. I would trade my son for Maggie. Each time Mrs. Coffee asks, somebody come take her, I'm like, I'll take her. If I can put up with my son, I can handle anything. And I don't do spiders. So now you just added one more thing to my psyche tonight, Brittany. I'm going to be thinking about spiders and all kinds of stuff tonight. So I'll stay up and read. As long as I'm not going to have the bejesus scared out of me from the book, I think I'll be able to stay up and read it. Oh, yeah, spiders. Well, you heard in my live the other night about the snakes. Can't do snakes, can't do spiders. Can't do clowns. Yeah, I can't do anything like that. And I don't like the woods a whole lot. I mean, I want to go and get my cabin in the woods for the weekend, but this is a different type of woods that I'll be in. There's a lot of cabins that are real close by, like real close to each other. As a matter of fact, the one of the cabins that I've looked at, it's kind of like a townhouse, like a duplex or a fourplex, where there's going to be, separate entrances, of course, but it's more than everything's so close by. But yeah, I watched Deliverance, and after Deliverance, I don't like the woods. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be deep in the woods where there wasn't a lot of other homes nearby. That freaked me out. Ugh, that totally freaked me out. Yeah, don't like that stuff. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. And I said, it takes a special kind of sick brain for these people to write the scripts for these movies. I don't. It scares you to think if they can think these things up to write a book about it, or a script for a movie. Imagine if they actually acted out the things that they think of when they're writing their scripts and their books. I mean, that in itself is just a scary thought. Yeah, you never split up. Nope. Yeah, you got it. It's just, has anybody seen Stitcherista's cross stitch that she did from the Witchy Stitcher, about 10 things not to do in a horror movie? And one of them is, don't say I'll be right back, because, well, you've seen it in Scream, because you never come back. If the person that says I'll be right back leaves the room, they're dead. In the next scene, they're dead. And you never have sex in a scary movie, in a horror movie. And you never turn your back or go in a dark room. Yeah, there's all those things that you don't do. Well, you don't do those things when you're watching a scary movie either. You might not do them in a scary movie, but you don't do any of those things while you're watching a scary movie either. And every light in the house has to be on. Yeah, yeah, it is. I loved it. I love that. That was awesome. But yeah, every light in the house has to be on. Every door has to be checked like 5 or 6 times, making sure it is locked. And every window has to be ensured that it is locked. And you go to the bathroom before you start watching said movie, and you make sure that you have plenty to eat and drink nearby, so you don't have to get up and walk away, because as soon as you get up and walk away, and you hear somebody scream, and you'll drop something and break it in the kitchen. How do I know this? Because it's happened to me. Yep. I was watching a movie, I forget what it was, but I got up to go in the kitchen to get something to drink, and I hear a scream from the TV, and I dropped my glass of soda and broke it all over the floor. You block all those spaces off. You cover those up. You don't want, and you keep your legs up on the couch. You don't keep your feet down on the floor. Same thing like when you go to bed at night, you do not throw your leg over the bed. You keep your blankets, you Tootsie roll yourself up in the damn bed, because you don't want anything to be able to crawl up the sheet. And you want to make sure that you're able to see a clear path underneath the bed. And when you look over the edge of the bed, you're seeing all the way to the other side. There's nothing there. You want to be fully, aware there's nothing there. And you sleep with your closet door open. You do not close your closet door. If you go to bed at night and your closet door is open, You better not wake up in the middle of the night or in the morning and the damn thing be closed. Because, especially if you're in a house alone. Yeah. Really? These were all the rules that I followed as a child. Not much has changed. Not much has changed at all. But for me, I hope that if I were to watch a scary movie, that I would fall asleep and just literally sleep dead into the night and not wake up once, because if I've got to wake up, that means I've got to get out of the bed. So I would rather just go to sleep and sleep my solid 4 or 5, 6 hours and not have to wake up, because if I wake up, I might not be able to go back to sleep because I'll be laying there. My mind will be going again. And if I had a dream, then going back to sleep is not going to be an option, because I'll be afraid I'm going to go back into that dream. Well, my grandparents' home, they had a basement, and it was a cellar. It was an actual cellar basement. And they had a crawl space that was their attic, but you couldn't stand up in it at all. I mean, you could barely be on your hands and knees. I mean, you almost had to do the army crawl to get through it. It was just right in the hall. When you got up the stairs, and you walk up the steps and then make a quick left and then another quick left, and then you were walking the length of the hall, or the length of the house, to go to their bedroom. And halfway down the hall, there was the little cubby. And my grandmother had that thing so full, no one could even get in it if they tried. And if somebody got in it afterward, they wouldn't be able to get out, because that thing was packed. It was all over Halloween and Christmas and seasonal decorations, and all of her extra Tupperware, like baking dishes and stuff that she would use for Christmas. The great big cookie sheets, like the Texas sheet cake type cookie sheets. Yeah, that stuff all was up there. So nobody was going to be able to get in or out of there. And if there was any chance of trying, they were going to get caught right away, because the noise that those cookie sheets made when they fell, the neighbors could hear. They were loud. So yeah, see, I have an attic, but it's not really what you could say an attic. It's just where my furnace is. My furnace and my air. We have so I have a 2-story house. We have 2 air conditioners and 2 furnaces. So they're all above us up there. And there's no floors to walk. It's just the rafters. So yeah, we don't have a basement though. There's out here in, I don't know if it's a West Coast thing all the way around, but I know for sure in Las Vegas, there's no houses with basements. So I don't have to worry about that. But in my attic, it's a crawl space basically in the ceiling. You have to have a ladder to get up there. It doesn't have the pull down ladder. No, we actually have to go in the garage, grab our ladder, bring it in, stand it up, pop the thing out of the ceiling, and crawl up in there. So I'm pretty safe to say that I don't think there's a whole lot of scary up there, except for there might be a spider or 2 that might be in the attic, but as long as I don't open that up, they can't get down here. So I'm pretty safe there. I live in a fair. My the road that I live on, it ends into a cul-de-sac. All the roads in this area like end into cul-de-sac. So ours ends into a cul-de-sac. The road behind us ends in a cul-de-sac, and the road that crosses over mine, that I would turn onto to get to my road, it ends in a cul-de-sac. And pretty much everybody in this community is fairly old. I think I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure the youngest couple lives on the adjacent road test that ends in a cul-de-sac, and she's in her 30s and he's in his 50s.
Mom,
What?
what's this? This is laying on the counter.
It's a thermometer.
Do you want me to turn off the lights down there?
Yeah, but I want you to bring that up here. God, his voice scared the hell out of me again. So I mean, it's pretty much a middle age to senior community. Come here a minute. That's not how it works. Hang on. I'm gonna take my son's temperature. Lift your hair. 97.5. No fever. All right, now leave it alone because it's not a toy. That only has so many. It'll only take so many temperatures before the battery dies, and it's not unreplaceable. And that was $30 for that. I'm not buying another one. Oh yeah, I'd freak out about that too, because raccoons, they can be almost as scary as a human being and do just as much damage. Even though they're adorable, they're also mean as hell. So you recovered, you were okay? Oh, that's funny. So I recovered. I'm good. I don't have to worry about that anymore. That's funny. I just realized that I was laying this symbol down single placer, and I could have been using my multi-placer this whole time. Yeah. I don't know what's the matter with me tonight. I have no clue. But what time is it? Oh, it's 10 till 2. This time has flown by. I cannot believe that my life is what? How long? How long have I been live now? 2 hours and 33 minutes. That time has flown by. And tomorrow is, well, today now, I should say. I'm not doing anything, I don't think. Because I got the majority of my housework done today. The only thing I have to do tomorrow is strip beds. I gotta strip the beds and wash all the sheets. I'm gonna wash my towels. Other than that, all I gotta do is make dinner. And we are having spaghetti and meatballs for dinner tonight. And garlic bread. If, when my husband comes home from work, that he has any taste buds, because my husband is sick. This is round 2 for him. This will be the second time that he's gotten a cold. Oh yeah, I'd freak out if I seen his fingers. Oh yeah, that'd be it. That'd be done. Nope. No, I wouldn't be okay either. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And those little fingers, I mean, they're tiny little fingers, but I would see big old talons. That's where my mind would take me. Yeah, it would remind me of like the gremlins, and there are long, sharp claws and fingers. Now, yeah, animals like that, raccoons, squirrels, and stuff, they're freaking adorable, but they belong in the forest. They need to stay in the forest, in their woods, and stay out of our homes because they'll scare you. Even the cutest, tiniest little chipmunk, if it's in your house and it's scraping and chewing on something, it's scary all of a sudden. Yeah, thank God for your dad, huh? Dad made it all better. Oh, goodness. That's funny. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab something. I don't know. Is Brittany still here? I think we lost Brittany. Yeah, she hasn't said anything in, oh gosh, 20 minutes? No, what time is it? No, it's about 10 minutes. Yep, no more raccoon. That's gone. Dad made sure of that. All right, hold on just 1 second. Oh, well, it'll be more than a second, but just bear with me for a minute. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. I had to run downstairs to the kitchen, which meant I had to turn on every light because we were having this conversation. So now every light in the house has to come on for me to go into another room. Oh, I can see how sleep's going to be for me tonight. But who knows? Maybe through these types of conversations, we can get each other through our fears. And if we can't sleep, well, then we'll just have to message each other back and forth afterwards. Yeah, we can't sleep, might as well talk. But I think Brittany's phone died again. Because, yeah, she's not messaging or isn't commenting. And let me see. I don't have any messages. And it shows that she was active 13 minutes ago on Messenger. So I think that she either fell asleep or her phone died, which figure it's almost 5 o'clock in the morning for her. And where are you at, Odd? I can't remember where you're located. Are you in California, Odd? No, you're not in California. I don't think. I know we talked about it before in I think you're in one of Jeremy's lives. Texas, that's right, Texas. Texas. What part of Texas? I used to live in central Texas, outside of, about 45 minutes away from Waco. I lasted 7 months in Texas, and then I was gone. I couldn't do Texas. It was too hot. Oh, you're in Houston. Okay. I lived in Rosebud, Texas, near Marlin Temple area. That's where I used to live. And y'all's water bugs, yeah, don't like them. Where I come from, those are considered furniture movers. Yeah, I'm from Ohio, and when we see what we call a cockroach, you call water bugs, they can move your furniture. Yeah, those there we call uninvited furniture movers. I didn't like them. The only thing I liked about Texas was brisket, and I love cows. So those were the two things that I was excited about, which I know it's funny that I love cows, but I love to eat brisket. I know it doesn't make sense, but those were my two things that I enjoyed when I was in Texas. God. Oh, really? Is that where the area Marissa lives? Yeah, that's been I wasn't in Texas, like I said, very long. I moved there in the beginning of 2004. It was January 2004, and I left by the middle of July. I was gone. And my ex still lives in Texas. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the beef in Texas is good. No doubt about that. No doubt that I miss. There was a German restaurant that was down the road from where we lived, and I think it was don't quote me. For some reason, I can't remember the route, but I think it was like Route 7 or something like that. And there was this roadside restaurant that served a lot of German food, but it's like connected to the restaurant. There was like a little mom and pop shop where you could buy like bread and butter, or I mean bread and milk and canned good type things. But then there was a bakery in there too where they made fresh baked pastry. And yeah, I miss that because there's a lot of the pastries that my grandmother used to make when I was a kid, because she's German, and it was as close to hers as they could get. The meetup is in Temple. Okay, that's that's where I did most of my grocery shopping, was in Temple. That was like the biggest city to where I was at that time. But yeah, that's funny. That is so funny. I'm gonna have that's bizarre. It was there because yeah, there's like Marlin's on one side and Temple's on the other. And then there's a small town called Lot, and then there's Cameron, so that covers all four corners or four sides that surround Rosebud. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find out the population in Rosebud, because I mean, we're talking, it is small. Rosebud's population. All right, Rosebud, Texas population. In 2017, there was 1,376 people that lived there. And it actually went up from, no, actually it went down. In 1990, there was 1,638. They haven't calculated anything since, oh, it's going, there we go. Yeah, they haven't calculated anything for 2000 beyond 2017. So yeah, there's not a lot. It's only what's the geographics or demographics? Oh, it is oh, there we go. Rosebud demographics for 2020. 1,361 people. Yep, 1,361 people. It's the 720th largest city in Texas. 720th. That's funny. The median age is 35 and a half years old. 34 for males, 47 for females. For every 100 females, there are 108.6 males. Hi, Bianca. How you doing? Let's see. What's the square miles of Rosebud? Does it say? Total area, 2.9 miles. That's how small it is. It's less than 3 miles. It's very tiny. Very, very tiny. There's no water area. It's all land area. And its growth is declining. It's definitely getting smaller. As far as population goes, it's getting smaller. But yeah, a little town that's only 2 miles in size. I'm just reading something here real quick. So I apologize for the silence. I was just looking to see if they had a spot on here. You know, a lot of times you can see where it'll say if anybody who's famous lives there or is from there. Oh, I like the small town part of it because I mean, okay, this was the funny thing. The woman across the street from us, because it's such a small town, you figure everybody knows everybody and everybody knows what everybody's doing. And sometimes that can be a good thing. Sometimes, because at least when you're gone, somebody's watching and knows what's going on. So if your house gets broke into or your spouse is cheating on you, you're going to know. You're going to know real quick. But this woman, this is when I found out I was pregnant with my son. It was around that time, and I had horrible all the time sickness. It wasn't just morning sickness. It could be, 2:00 in the morning sickness. I could be dead to the world asleep and wake up with morning sickness. So, of course, if I had a bad night because of that, I would not be up early in the morning. And she had learned my routine because I would get up with my stepdaughter, get her ready for school. I would go, we had a husky, so I would go out, take him out and let him run around the backyard, do was getting his running out, and then I would take him for an actual walk for exercise for me. And then I would come back in and I would start opening up the doors and the windows, letting the sun in and the fresh air in. And that was a daily routine for me. Well, there was about a week and a half that went by that I was, like I said, dealing with morning sickness. So I was, or like I said, all the time sickness, middle of the night, in the evening, whenever. And she had realized that she hadn't seen me walking Dusty, which that's what the dog's name was. And the curtains were drawn. And nothing, it didn't look like there was any life happening at my house. And she came over and knocked on the door. And my then husband came to the door and she asked, she asked if I had left. She thought that I had left. She thought that, that something was wrong. That either I left or I was on vacation or whatever. But yeah, she made it very clear that, I haven't seen her doing this and I haven't seen her doing that. And yeah. And part of me felt like I was violated. Part of it was just like, okay, you're watching my every move. And then the other part of me was like, well, at least if something happens to me, she's going to know it. So, yeah, I don't know. There was good points and bad points of that. But she was up every morning, 4:00 in the morning. She would open her, because I started then noticing her patterns because I was having a hard time sleeping at night or something. And I would get up and go out and sit and drink my coffee on the front porch or something like that. And I would see her coffee pot, the light kick on for the coffee pot to brew. And then a few minutes after that, then I would see her turn her light on in the kitchen, and she'd start opening her windows and windows and curtains and stuff. And she had this every day. It was just like the same routine. I want to live in like, have you ever watched the movie Baby Boom with Diane Keaton? It was like a late 80s, early 90s movie. It's if you haven't, it's about this New York businesswoman who inherits a baby. And it's her cousin's baby or something that she was left as a guardian because something happened to the parents. So she was just, all of a sudden, she has this baby dropped off at her door. Well, she couldn't do the work that she was doing, as she's this big time executive in this corporate company, and trying to raise this child and all that wasn't working. So she decided that raising a child in New York City wasn't the best thing. She was going to raise this child. She was going to take them. Yeah, well, she wasn't initially the godparent. I guess they had her listed as like the guardian. I mean, she didn't even know that she was supposed to get this child. It just showed up one day at the door with a social worker and a note. But she decided she was going to move to, it was Connecticut or Vermont. I can't remember which they're so similar. But she decides she's going to go out to the country and she's going to raise this child. And she buys this house. It was an old house that needed work done on it, but it was a beautiful house. It just needed more like updates. But everything that could go wrong went wrong. The pipes they had this huge snow, which she wasn't familiar with that type of weather because she lived in the city. She took the subway everywhere. She didn't have to drive in snow. And, she was in her big old penthouse up on the 12th floor or higher, and it was warm, and yeah, everything was, so convenient and right there in New York. So she gets this house and she finds out, like I said, there was a well. She had no idea that houses had wells because she turned on the water in New York and the water always came out of the spigot. Here, this house had a well and it froze. So now she's got no water. And then it had a fireplace and you had to buy, it was heated through oil, and she was out of oil. And like I said, if it could go wrong, it did. But spring came and she realized that she had an apple orchard. So these apples, I mean, there's apple trees, just unbelievable, hundreds of apple trees. So she started picking these apples and trying to decide, well, what can you do with all these apples? Because she didn't want them to go to waste. So she was making apple pies and apple cobblers and baked brown betties, and she was making apple cider, and she was doing all these things with apples. And she thought, okay, she could make baby food with these apples. So that's what she did. Her corporate brain kicked in, and she's seen a money making item with these apples. So she started making baby food. And as much as she hated this, she missed New York and all that, she was going to try and make a go of it. Well, things weren't going in her favor. Oh no, she couldn't cook. She should have seen all the mistakes, the burned apples, the wasted apples. She finally figured it out. It took her a lot of trial and error, but she finally did figure it out. But she decided she was going back to New York. She hated it. She couldn't do it anymore. And after being away from New York for a period of time and then going back, she realized that she did miss that and she really wanted to make it work. So in the end, she ended up making big bucks off of her baby food and staying there and loving it. And after seeing that, I was just like, that's where I want to live. You got to watch the movie. Look it up. It's called Baby Boom, and it has Diane Keaton in it. And it's an adorable movie. It really is. It's funny and it's definitely a good like family type movie. But after seeing, I mean, you got you get the 4 seasons. I mean, yeah, it's cold and it snows, and God forbid you ain't prepared for the winter, you're screwed. But I love snow. I just don't like to be out in it. I like to sit and look out at the beautiful snow. Same thing goes with cold. I hate to be hot, and I live in Las Vegas, so that doesn't make any sense. But I love the cold. I love the rain. I love the smell of a fireplace. I love the smell of fresh grass. I love all those things that I don't get here. So my goal is when my husband retires, if we decide we're going to stay out here in Las Vegas or stay out here in Nevada, we're going to go and move up onto Mount Charleston, which is where I actually want to go for my weekend getaway for my cabin retreat, where I just grab take stuff. And when I say take stuff, I'm talking a small overnight bag, but it'll be for a full weekend because I will not have makeup. I will not have dressy clothes. I will have a bag that'll have sweatpants and pajamas or t-shirt and shorts, depending on the season, time of the year that I go. It will have my crafting supplies. It will have my phone, and it will have my tablet. My phone will be in case of an emergency that I need someone or they need me, and it better be an emergency if my phone rings. It will have, I will go out and buy a bunch of things to have to cook for that weekend, and I will spend that weekend diamond painting and reading and crocheting and total isolation away from the rest of the world. Well, there's an option for us to live up there too. And it is about 40 or 50 degrees cooler up there in the summer than it is down here in Las Vegas. And it does get all seasons. And there's a ski resort up there. So we are talking about possibly moving up there when my husband retires. That way he can stay in Nevada, which is what he would like to do, because there's no state tax. Or we've talked about moving. He's originally from New York. So we've talked about moving to New York, but in upstate New York, to where we're still close enough that we could go into the city if we wanted to watch a baseball game, or just walk in the city. Or we've also talked about New Hampshire or Connecticut, maybe Pennsylvania, but something to where I'm going to get to have my snow in the wintertime. I would have no problem living in a small little town where I was going into kind of like a little shop just to get like bread or milk if I needed it right away. But my main grocery shopping, kind of like a general store type thing. But my main grocery shopping would be like driving Miss Daisy. I'd have to drive into town, and town would be like 30 miles away. And I would go once a month and get all my food. And like I said, just use the general store for bread and milk and eggs when I needed it. Yeah, that's if I only had to drive into town to shop once a month or every 2 weeks, and I was out in the middle of, I don't say nowhere, because I mean, I want to have neighbors, but if my neighbors were, say, a football field or two's length away from me, that'd be fine. I don't want to be so isolated that in the case of an emergency, I'd be out on my own trying to figure it out. But I don't want to hear sirens, and I don't want to hear motorcycles and race cars ripping up and down the road. I don't want to hear my neighbor's music blaring. I don't want to hear when my neighbors, because the people behind us, of course, our backyards are backyard to backyard. We both have pools. They'll have all their family over. They're Hispanic, so they've got a very large family. And they like to have their summer pool parties and stuff. And no, I don't want to hear all those things. I mean, they're not rude about it. They know when to stop. But I just want to be where I don't hear anything except for the birds tweeting and the crickets chirping at night. And when I look out my window or stand out on my patio or deck and I look up at the sky, I see stars like I used to when I lived in Texas. That I miss too. Oh, I'm sorry, Bianca. I'll try to talk a little louder. I don't know if this will help you or not. But that is another thing that I miss, is being in Texas and being able to see all of the stars. Because where I was at, we didn't have any city lights nearby. It was dark. So I would get to see the blanket of stars. Here in Las Vegas, I don't really get to see the stars much because we've got all the city lights that reflect off of it. So I don't get to see that. That's what I want. So that's my ideal living. And when I post my whip-in chat later, I do mention that because I was doing 200 questions to get to know me better. I didn't do all 200 questions. I went through the first 100 and I didn't answer all of those because they had different topics. Like, they talked about family. There was questions about family. And then there was questions about career, and I don't work. So none of those applied to me. So I skipped through and answered some of the questions out of the 100. And then my next whip-in chat, I'll go through and answer some more questions out of the 100. But part of what I'm talking about now, it does get mentioned in my whip-in chat, that I'd have no problem living in a town with only, I could live in a town with less than 1,000 people and be happy. If the people that lived there were friendly, to where, you'd walk down the street and your neighbors would say hi to you. Or they'd come over and want to have coffee. It's like, come over, and they could come over and knock on the door and they had a pie and they'd say, oh, I thought we could have pie and coffee. Absolutely. Give me a minute. I'll make a fresh pot. Or I'd bring a pie over, or homemade cookies or something like that. And they'd say, oh, great. Come on in. Let me make a pot of coffee, or let me make iced tea, or, something like that. That'd be right up my alley. I have lived out here in Las Vegas. It will be 13 years. And nobody wants to be friends. They don't want to hang out. They don't want to do anything. I have no friends that live in Las Vegas. I have some people that I know their name, and we might randomly speak to one another. But no, there's no such thing as friendliness here. If there was an emergency, I would have nobody I could count on, put it that way. The girl I babysit for, maybe, but it's probably unlikely because, she works and she probably wouldn't be a whole lot of help to me if there was something that I really needed. I'm not quite sure I could even trust her to be, what I would need. And that's nothing against her at all. It would just be a matter of she probably wouldn't be able to do what I would need from her, put it that way. And that's bad to live here almost 13 years and have that situation. So yeah, I want a place where people want to be friends and that they want to be helpful if needed to be helpful. If I come over and borrow a cup of sugar and not even think twice about it, or be walking down the street and the neighbor holler at you and say, "Hey, how are you doing?" and actually kick up a conversation. Yeah, that doesn't happen out here. People that live next to me, they're an older couple. When they're pulling in or out, they'll wave. Or if they're walking to the mailbox, because none of our mailboxes are on our houses. We have two mailbox posts, one for each end of the road. So it's like one half of the road, all their mailboxes are at one end, and the other half, and they're all locked in. You have to have a key to open your mailbox. When he's walking to his mailbox, if I'm sitting outside, because I am a smoker, I know it's bad for me, all that stuff. But I am a smoker, so if I'm outside smoking, because I don't smoke in my house, if he sees me, he'll, wave, "Hi, Melissa, how are you doing?" "I'm good. How are you, Jim?" "Oh, we're good." And that's it. That's the conversation. It doesn't go any farther than that. So that's what I've gotten used to. And that's how I've turned into an introvert. The 13 years of being here and having this type of life, this is where it's turned me into being an introvert. Yeah. And to be honest, I don't know if I'll ever change now. I think even if I move someplace where people are friendly, it's going to be a little hard to get out of this. Because this is just what I've gotten used to for so long now. And as you get older, it's hard to break habits that you've had for so long. And my husband, even with all the guys that he works with, I mean, he works on job sites. There's like 2,300 guys on this job. And yeah, he don't even know any of their names. I mean, he rides up and down the elevator with them every day. You don't know any of their names. Yeah, if he wanted to go to the bar after work and sit at the bar all night long and get drunk with these guys, oh yeah, he could have all the friends in the world. Because that's what these guys do. When they get off work, they go straight to the bar. And that's not what my husband wants. I mean, he did that when he was single because he had no reason to come home. There was no reason to rush home when he got off work because he was single. There was nobody here. So instead of going home and sitting in an empty place, he'd get off work and he'd go and sit in the casino in the sports book and watch the games. And then when he got tired and was ready to come home, he'd stop at the store, pick something up to eat because he did not buy groceries. He does not know how to cook. Boiling water is about the closest to specialty as he can do. He can follow frozen food directions, but he'd stop, pick something up to eat, come home, eat, and go to bed. Or if he ate at the casino, then he would stop and pick up something, stop at Subway or a 7-Eleven or something and grab a sandwich to take to work with him the next day. And that was it. When he was sitting in the sports book, might talk to a couple guys, they'd talk about sports, but that was it. There was no hanging out at one another's homes or actually being able to say, yeah, I have a friend. And he's been out here since 96. So it's definitely a whole new world out here. And if you want to go out and hang out on the strip every weekend, go to the shows, go to the clubs, go to the day spas and for the racetrack and the bars, the guys, as far as the guys go, yeah, then you can have friends. But if you don't want to spend your weekends partying and blowing an insane amount of money, no, you won't have any friends. People don't get together and have barbecues like they did where I came from. If there's family gatherings or if there's gatherings at all, it's just like family. Even these people here, most of the people on the street have all lived here for 21 years because that's how old this subdivision is. Most of these owners of these homes are first-time owners, and they've known one each other this whole time, and you will not see them sitting outside talking to each other. You will not see people really out much at all. If you see them out, you will see them because they're going from their house to their car to their house. That's it. They've got front yards, they've got backyards, and everybody is in their backyard. And we've got 9 foot break walls all the way around the backyard, so we can't see over the walls to one another's yards. So it's very isolated. And I'm reading here. My government here is useless saying kids are going back to school after Easter, but I'm not sending them back. Right now we have a order that our schools are closed until the 30th of April, but that's only based on the information right now. They will, as it gets closer, they will go and look at that again. And for us, school lets out on our last day of school here is for public school. It's the 20th. For Stephen himself, because he only goes to school on Mondays for charter school, and then the rest of his stuff is done at home online. His last day is the 18th of May. So if they were to return back to school on April 30th or the first Monday following April 30th, he ain't going. There's no way I'm going to send him back to school for 3 weeks. It's not going to, or not even 3 weeks. It'd be a little over 2 weeks. He'd only have 1 or 2 Mondays. No, it wouldn't happen. I don't see school being started back up here in the United States. I think the school year has ended. They're doing the homeschooling stuff or doing the stuff online. And I think that's the way it's going to be for the rest of this school year. All right. Now, what did you say, Odd? I like being a homebody. If I go out, it's only to dance with my mom and sister. Yeah, I like being in my home. We bought this particular home because we liked it. And I don't understand these people that want to be out all the time, you know, running around. I would rather save my money and I look at it this way. I can go out, and here in Vegas, this is not hard to do. It is not hard to go out to dinner and then to say going to dinner and a movie. It's not, and we're not even talking like a 5-star restaurant. I'm just talking a basic, just say, let's say Olive Garden or Outback or TGI Friday, something like that. You know, your dine-in restaurants that are, you know, food chain that we know of. It would not, we could go there, have dinner, and go see a movie, me and my husband, and we are going to easily blow over $100 just to have one dinner and watch one movie. Easily. I mean, we're talking, it's going to be about $75 to $80 just for dinner. And then you add the tip. And God forbid if we were to have a drink with our dinner. And well, yeah, it's impossible right now. But I'm just saying on a normal, you know, circumstances. But then to go to the movies, it's like $20 a ticket. So there's another $40 right there. And you know, you can't go to the movies without having a drink, and you can't go without having popcorn or candy. So now you're gonna blow another $40-$50 just on drinks, popcorn, and a box of Juju fruits. So, you know, it's now when I think of spending that money for one meal and a few hours of a movie, I'd rather save that money and spend it on a diamond painting or a few diamond paintings, because obviously I wouldn't spend that on one diamond painting. But when I tell my husband, when he sees how much a diamond painting costs, he's like, that's really expensive. That's $50. Yeah, but that $50 is how many hours of entertainment for me. Now, we can go and spend $50 at the movies and I get to watch a movie for 2 hours. I'm going to get more than 2 hours enjoyment out of this diamond painting. So, yeah, I'd rather spend that money that we would spend out on a hot date, or it wouldn't even be that hot. It would be dinner and a damn movie. But I'd rather take that money and spend it buying diamond paintings. Or, you know, I could buy a diamond painting. I could rent a movie. I could make dinner. And I could pop as many bags of popcorn as I wanted. And I would still have money left out of what I would have spent if I would have went out. And I don't like the sun. So I don't want to go out during the day. And I don't like in a lot of people. So why would I subject myself to something like going out? Because if I went out, I'm probably not going to enjoy myself. I'm reading here, just catching up. Yeah, we could do that sometime, Bianca. With the time difference, it might be a little, we'd have to figure out something that would work. Now, yeah, see, if it was $5 tickets, that might be a different thing there. Right. And like you said, it has to be, it still, even though it's cheap, it still has to be a good movie. But yeah, for me, even without the epidemic going on, even if this wasn't going on, I really only go grocery shopping. Occasionally, when I feel like it, I'll go to the gym and walk on the track, because I'd rather walk on the track than walk outside here. I'm my eyes are starting to cross. I'm missing the, I'm putting the drills on the wrong symbol, so I'm not going to do any more diamond painting. I'm going to talk to you here for a few minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and head to bed because it's 20 till 3 here. But now we have a pretty simple life here. I mean, like I said, my husband doesn't, sorry about the movement. My husband wasn't one to really go out a whole lot either. Like I said, once we got married or once we got together, going to the casino, he didn't do anymore unless we went together. He figured he had plenty of years of doing what he wanted to do before we got married or before we got together. And he figured if he still wanted to live that life, he would still be single. So when we first got together, we used to go, we had made it a point to have a date night, once or twice a month. Because, well, I had a young child, and because my son is from my previous marriage, my son was a handful. So he had a lot of undiagnosed issues, and we could not get him diagnosed, and I needed a break. So, I would get every other weekend, we would get a babysitter. Well, we had the same babysitter each time, but we'd call her, she'd come over, she would watch him, and I'd have 4 or 5 hours away from being a mom. I'd be able to get out and just kind of enjoy. It wasn't the quiet because we were at a casino, but it was just enjoy having some me time. And we were doing that for the first, year and a half that we were together. And then it started dwindling to where it was once a month. And then it was once every other month. And before you knew it, we hadn't had a date night in like 3 years. And I couldn't tell you the last time I had a date night now. I'm reading again. Yeah, I like those days too. Yeah, I like those kind of semi-overcast. I mean, I love it. It could be it could be so gray it looks like we're going to get the storm of the century, and I would love it. But I just don't like the sun at all. The sun and me are not friends. And you have a parcel coming from Diamond Art Addiction. Wow. Yeah, you're gonna have to spill when you get it. Tell us what you got. Oh, well, that's cool. That was sweet of her. Yeah, I've been getting this candy with my patty wax, and I can't eat it because, well, I can't eat anything chewy or crunchy. And with the new patty wax that I just got today, it was a like taffy. I was like, I don't know, is it Tootsie Roll type thing? I gave it to my son. And then, yeah, fruit chews, Tootsie Roll fruit chews. Yeah, I can't eat these. I can't eat any candy. And then Rachel, I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's like I don't know if this is supposed to be like an American, is this supposed to be like American Kit Kat? Does anybody know? Because I don't, and I'm afraid to bite into it. That I might break some, break wire, break bracket, something like that. But I want this. So it's, right now it's just remaining in my pack. in my envelope from Rachel. But yeah, I keep getting candy sent to me and I can't eat any of it. And I'm just like, oh God. And Sweet Tarts and Smarties are like my favorite candies. So I don't know. I know they have different names for things in Canada opposed to like here, because there's certain things, and there's a lot of things in Canada that you can't, or here in states that you can't get in Canada. Like she can't get, was it Peter Pan? Is it the Peter Pan peanut butter odd? Or was it the Skippy that she couldn't get? I think it was Peter Pan, but I'm not positive. Yeah, and I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that Cheetos in Canada don't taste the same as the ones here in the States. I heard that they're kind of more of a funkier cheese powder than here. But I don't know. I've never had anything outside of American food. I was going to, when I was seeing everybody doing the, Vegemite and Vegemite, is it Vegemite and Vegemite, right? Yeah, I think that's what they're called. I know the Vegemite's right. But I was going to, when I seen everybody doing those challenges, I decided just like, okay, I've got to try this. I got to try this. So I went on Amazon and I was going to order the Vegemite and the little sample size ones. Oh my God, I couldn't believe how expensive they were. And I thought, oh, and if I don't like it, then I will have spent $20 on a tiny little sample size and won't like them, and then I'll throw it away and that's wasted money. Or I could spend $16 on a jar of it and find out I don't like it and waste that too. So yeah, I didn't do it. But that would have been the first food, if I would have ordered those, that I would have eaten that I would say would be outside of an American cuisine that isn't a typical American cuisine. And I got to get the Meramite. Thank you. I knew it was something like that. So Vegemite and Meramite. But I told Sherry that I would send her some Peter Pan peanut butter. I just couldn't remember which one it was, so I'm really glad that I asked, because I have to get a care packet set up for her and get that sent. I have so many things. I have stuff I need to send to Mrs. Coffee. I have pens that I need to send to Crashly. I have I'm trying to think here. So yeah, I have to send Sherry a care packet. I have a little packet I need to send to Mrs. Coffee. I have the pens that I need to send to Crashly. I have drills that I need to send to somebody who is having a hay done up. So yeah, I've got all these things that I need to send, and I have everything together. I just need to get me and the boxes to the post office to get it done. I don't like going to the post office because I have to go to our main post office, and it's down towards the strip. So it's a lot of traffic and I just don't like it. So I don't go unless I absolutely have to. And the last time I absolutely had to, I had to go because there was a Diamond Art Club waiting for me. And if I picked it up, if I came and picked it up on Friday, which this was on Friday, if I came to pick it up on Friday, I was good. Otherwise, I was going to have to wait until Tuesday because Monday was a holiday. and I didn't want to wait until Tuesday, so I went and picked it up on Friday. That was the last time I was at the post office. That's been September, because it was Labor Day. So that's the last time I was at the post office, was in September. And I wouldn't have went then if it wasn't a Diamond Art Club sitting there waiting for me. I think I could have had an income tax check waiting for me, and I would have let it come on Tuesday, but I wasn't about to wait for let a diamond paint and sit all weekend long and through a holiday. No, I went and got it. Yeah. That's what a Diamond Art Club addict that I am. But it is 10 minutes till 3 here. So I should go ahead and wrap this up so it can get posted. I know. It's bad. Diamond Art Club will get me to leave the house any day. They will make me, the Diamond Art Club will be the only thing that will guarantee I will put pants on and walk out of the house. I have a feeling from them hearing TSA is going to be the same way. Or, yeah, TSA. It's going to be the same thing. If that thing ends up at the post office, then I have a choice of waiting till the next business day, if it happens to be a weekend in between it, or going and picking up. I have a feeling I'm going to go pick it up. So there might be two things to get me to put bra and pants on. But those are about the only two things. Yeah, the sun will be rising soon, so you'll be able to go to sleep. Exactly. Yeah, sun will be up in about 2.5 hours here. It starts creeping up over the horizon. But at this point, I'm so tired. Yeah, I'll be going to sleep. I'll have no problem. I am actually tired. So I'm glad that you all were able to stop in. Oh, I know. Aren't they pretty? There's a lot of blues in this painting. A lot of blues. Let me see here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's like 15 different shades of blue in this painting. There's a lot of blue in this. So I'm excited. I haven't even gotten to half the colors yet. But thanks for stopping in, everybody. I appreciate the support and being able to chit chat, and look forward to, if you get a chance tomorrow. I'm not sure what time my whip and chat from today will be put up, but I'm going to go over and take a look and see what you think. I would appreciate it. And then I'm not sure how my lives are going to be for next week, because I may have my husband home next week. And if that's the case, then I won't be going live at night like this, because he'll be sleeping. But I'll post on my Facebook wall or something here to let you know. But you guys take care. Get a good day's sleep, Odd, and I will talk to you again. And Bianca, hope you have a great day, and I will catch you the next time too. So you guys have a great day and great night, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye, guys.